So over the past few years, we've seen a lot of great new technologies come out that have advanced imaging, advanced video storage, advanced the ability to get data from point A to point B across the WAN, and tie all of those disparate systems together. Moving forward, we're seeing a lot of industry buzz around things like artificial intelligence and deep neural networks, facial recognition, amongst other things. And it is a very exciting time for the industry because we're starting to get some capabilities that we've dreamed of and frankly have been out on the TV shows over many, many years. But now we're starting to see those things come to reality. So what does that mean for us? What does it mean for us in the security business? What does it mean for those of us that are protecting our people and our assets on a day-to-day basis? Well, let's take artificial intelligence first. This is an area where there's been hundreds of years of mathematics applied into what really started about 50 or 60 years ago in computer machine learning. And this science has slowly come forward to about 10 years ago, where the application of deep neural net technology, which is basically a science of replicating the way our human brains learn in a computer. And what that allows us to do is take images that we generate from our cameras and from our systems, and then apply them through this convolutional mathematical model that allow us to teach the computer how to recognize things. So we've had analytics for a while in this industry, and we all know the history about it's been somewhat challenging getting repetitive alarms in consistent weather, in different applications in a terminal building in an airport, for example. Because what it was doing, it was looking at the things that it saw, it measured them, compared them to the background, compared them to the ambient light and things like that, and then it made a decision about whether it was an object of interest. And the object was not really recognized, it was just measured. And the difference is that inference that it does using measurements is only as good as the way the camera gets set up and the way the ambient light and all of these things come together. With deep neural network technology, we're teaching the computer not to measure things, but to recognize things. That's the big difference. So we can now look at an image and the computer can see people. It can see vehicles. It can start to recognize different classifications of vehicles, different types of behavior in human beings. And we can use that to generate much better events. Now these events come in just like they did before into a VMS system, but this is where it gets really exciting. I think this is where we're going to see a lot of change over the industry, and that's going to be what we do with those events over the next coming years, because just improving the way we generate data is good, and we get much more accuracy and much lower level of false alerts, and that's all good. But when we start to bring these things together, when we start to look at an entire operational security picture across an entire facility, and we start to apply that learning technique again to the entire operation, that's when we can start to really make a difference in the securing and the operational facilities. For example, if we see a perimeter alarm go off and we see movement on the camera of a person of interest that should not be in that area, and earlier on we saw a license plate come into a facility, we can join all of that information together automatically. The system has learned to join those things together because that's what operators look for, and then package it up in a way that can be provided to an operator to make better decisions. For more information about all of our products and services, please go to pelco.com.